Aron Sustai, good morning. Nyom Chmu Julia and Nyom Mokbi Brode Amerik, but now my patia is Cambodia. I'm only on lesson Moi of Khmer, so please stay with me. If you are into animals in any way, shape, or form, then you are going to want to stick through and watch this video to the end, especially if you are a dog or a cat lover. Chikai or Chima. Today I'm going to be introducing you to, and I'm going to use my words really carefully here, but I really consider this woman a divine saint. This woman is very selfless, and she's devoted many, many years to taking care of animals at the pagodas around Siem Reap, specifically at one pagoda. So we're gonna visit this pagoda today and see what her initiative is all about. I just wanna give a little bit of background on Josette Vanier, who is the lovely woman who's gonna be taking us through the pagoda today and the process of feeding the animals, which is really one of the most exciting parts of the day. It's when she arrives to the pagoda, she pulls up, and I am telling you, you're just gonna have to see it with your own eyes, but I'm telling you that dozens and dozens and dozens of cats and dogs run to this angel. Josette is originally from France, and she lived in Japan for several years before moving to Phnom Penh for a while. And then she had friends in Siem Reap, so she ended up moving to Siem Reap, and I believe that was in 2010. In 2012, she met a vet in town named Katie Russell, and she started working under this vet and learning the tricks of the trade, learning how to treat cats, learning how to care for wounds. Katie left, and Josette continued to take care of animals. She started visiting pagodas in the area and treating animals. Just to give a little bit of background, the reason for the Khmers dropping the animals off at the pagoda is first and foremost just the lack of money to take care of the pet and just not knowing what to do with it. So that would probably be the primary reason. Secondary reason would be if an animal's pregnant. You know, there's all these impending babies. Again, the local might not have the funds to take care of 5 or 6 kittens or puppies. So they will drop these pregnant animals off at the pagodas. Also, the animals might be injured. So again, vet bills looming. So a lot of it is tied in with money and just the lack of options for taking care of the animal. So those are some of the reasons why there are such big populations of animals that are at pagodas. Now, this isn't at every pagoda. It's just kind of a rule of thumb that the locals will just drop off the animals at the pagodas because they know that the monks will take care of them, and they know that the animal will be afforded at least somewhat of a better life at a pagoda. The reason why I wanted you to stay tuned to the end of the video is because what we're about to witness today is just so exciting. I've been before. I actually went to visit Josette's pagoda in 2017. So I'm so excited to go again. Just to get a flair for Josette's passion, I just want to read her message to me on Facebook. So she was basically in this message describing the process of the feeding of the animals and how intricate and layered it is with regard to filming and getting all the shots. First, the meal. In order to be sure that all the cats are at the monk's house for your video shooting, it must be their breakfast time. So be there at 9 a.m. at the latest so that the monk can start the food distribution. It goes like this. First, outside with cat croquettes that the cats and dogs are enjoying together. Then we go on the monk's veranda proper, without shoes, to feed with croquettes the queen cats who only eat on the balustrade or on the couch and here or there on the veranda. Then it's the pate rice distribution, also on the veranda, for the cats only. Once finished, most of the cats tend to disperse here and head out for a nap. Some remain on the veranda on the various bunk beds that I have set up for them. Good time to cuddle them too. That's when you can start asking questions. Before that, the monk and I are too busy dealing with these hungry souls. Next, the dog's treat. This is a lovely sight when the monks distribute brioches to all the dogs seated around him. No barking, no fight, just waiting for their return to receive a bite. Okay, so you can just kind of get a gist for Josette's vibe. She's very dignified. She's just a very lovely woman that carries herself with respect and honor, and that translates to the animals that she takes care of. It translates to the monks that she's been taking care of as well. She also treats monks. Interesting to note there that if you actually touch a monk's flesh or their skin, they lose their rights of honor. So she has learned to treat these monks very specifically without touching them. She's actually added another layer onto being an angel of this world. I'm not going to be disclosing the name of the pagoda because I don't want anyone to watch this video, unfortunately, and then decide that that's a good place, because yes, the animals are being taken care of, but they are literally at max capacity, and I know that they're probably only going to get more just through word of mouth animals there. So I'm not going to be disclosing the name of the pagoda or the location or the name of the monk. If you do want to visit the pagoda and arrange a visit with Josette or offer donations, I'm going to be leaving all of that information and more in the description box below so that you guys can donate $5, $10. And on the website, it's pretty cool because it shows how your money can be used. So for example, $20 gets a huge dry bag of food. So you can actually see where your dollars are being spent. Josette is literally working from sun up to sundown for these animals, and I've seen this in action for the past 5 years since I've known her. There's a story that's going to be told later by Josette that is literally going to break your heart in half. So I'm going to give a trigger warning before that story so that you have time to turn the video off if you're traumatized by hearing about, you know, anything bad that happens to animals. Without further ado, I'm gonna hop on my bicycle and I'm gonna head on down to this mysterious cat pagoda and let's check all of this out. All right guys, let's go. Cats for life. Hey, the good news is that I am actually here early. It's about 8:30 and Josette said just please show up no later than 9 o'clock. Right behind me is the Wat. I have my pagoda shirt here. There's no way I'd enter the temple like this. Ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful, the amazing, the divine Josette Vanier, Siem Reap Pagoda Cats founder. Angels. Let's go check out the feeding process.
So they know the routine very well.
Hi, Angel.
Voila, so now the next step is croquette on the queens. As I explained you, the cats eat only on the balustrade, never with the common cats. So we are going to serve them. A few others are waiting there on the couch. So croquette first and then pâté.
Make sure to take the shoes off. Oh my goodness. Let me
Voila.
And is there almost rice?
We have a little babies down here. Hi, Angel.
Bye, Lotte.
Okay, time for the next treat.
That's a pate mixed with rice. Voilà. They will not be starving.
Gorgeous.
They're
They're excited for this one.
That's
Yes, they do.
oui, petit papoche.
This kitty is very happy.
There's also time to treat them. Some are coughing, some voilà, so they need a medication. Dog is has become very skillful.
Does she have a disease on the
Yeah.
face?
Voilà, so that's what we give her. Amoxicillin.
So any donations go toward food and medicine here?
Food, medicine, and sterilization, care by the bed, surgeries, and so on.
Spaying and neutering included?
They are all sterilized, dogs included.
Oh,
and
wow.
The dogs are vaccinated. So no deadly parvo, distemper. James Bond.
James Bond?
Yes, because very nice tuxedo, like James Bond.
Very affectionate.
Yes, in Doctor No. One and
James Bond is saying hi.
This one is very bad for the cats or not animals, especially the cats who live outdoor because they easy to catch the flu or fever or virus. Very bad for the kittens. So in this season, a lot of kittens have died. So the skin is for the skin, eye, for the ticks, the protector. This one is for the wounds and the diarrhea.
For the diarrhea, yeah.
And skin care, the skin infection.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can medicines for the animals be found easily in town?
Here
Yes,
now
yes,
you can see.
That's good.
pharmacy. Still busy.
Kitties are all resting and taking baths.
And well, they most have gone away here and there.
These here are the bunk beds for the kitties. And it's kind of interesting because we are in a pagoda, even the towels that the monks use are orange. So as you can see, all of these towels are in the shade orange. So this is kind of like my heaven. I grew up at our house, we had about 20 cats at any given time because I grew up on a farm. When I was a little girl, I would take care of the cats just like Josette and you.
Oh, okay.
You know, because we had so many. I would like feed them medicine. So we didn't really have any cats inside. They were all outdoor cats. So sometimes I understand like the diseases that happen. So now all the cats are lazing about and just enjoying their yummy meal. All the dogs are laying around. This one here is the watchdog of the pagoda. Hey cutie, do you watch over this place? This was the first dog at the pagoda.
Who welcome us at the entrance. Cesar, don't disturb us.
So as you all can see here at the Cat Pagoda, look how happy these animals are. They're just so happy to have a home and to have food and medicine and someone to look after them. Well, I just wanted to show you guys the miracle of this place and what's going on here. It really is an amazing sight. Isn't it peace? Oh! Yes. Is this the brioche time?
Brioche time! Look, already.
So you guys, it is officially brioche hour. The dogs know when these brioche buns come out. Okay, it's brioche time. As you can see, even handing out the brioche buns, as the monk hands them out, the dogs are all very patient. They're not barking or causing a scene. They're just waiting patiently their turn to get the brioche bun. So in general, all the animals here are very well behaved and they all seem to have great manners. So that's definitely a sign of being treated well, fairly, and everyone's definitely getting enough food. Kind monk, are you a cat or a dog person?
Both, but dogs more.
Ah.
It's a represent from you.
Both, but dogs more.
It's not the all. For we,
All animals.
Yeah, all animals before we use
Pigs, all.
we do,
You like pigs?
And, rescue
Pigs.
the bagging.
I love pigs.
We had, I will tell you later, we
almost,
had
yeah,
a number of pigs here.
about 10 pigs.
Yeah, I'll have to hear the story. Aww. Yeah, Joel Jet Druk. This little angel here is Nana. Nana loves brioche. Oh, I noticed in one of the previous videos that you have clean, purified drinking water and recycling, and also garbage lids. Oh, they have no mother. Hi, it's okay. It's okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, look at these angels. What's going on? They're all so cute. So did someone just drop the puppies off?
Yeah, and they are not go to diarrhea and worms or basically so skinny.
Yeah, super skinny babies.
Beautiful color.
They are so beautiful. They're really nice too. Are you okay, sweet pea? You want to come say hi? Yeah. So as you can see, even these little puppies that were dropped here yesterday, they're very sick right now. They have diarrhea, probably from the water and certain conditions outside or just food conditions. What they're gonna do here, since they were just dropped off, is rehabilitate these puppies to the best of the ability. Hopefully they all survive, but they will be fed, they will be given purified drinking water. Look at these guys.
Good. It's a good sign that they are playing and very cute.
Yeah, they must be feeling a little bit better today maybe.
Là, just the problem in pagodas everywhere in Southeast Asia. They dump unwanted puppies and kittens in pagodas and generally when they are too young, and most of them don't survive. And look, she's marvelous.
You look so beautiful. Look at your face. Did you find a nice seat?
6 years ago, she was rescued there with her 2 born babies, and she has been sterilized. The babies have been adopted. She's a big eater, and something that she loves. Annabelle, Annabelle, Annabelle. Oh, que c'est beau. Oh, que c'est beau. Oui, oui, oui. Voilà. Oh. Kitten's cage that I have installed years ago for all these little kittens who are dumped or that the monk finds around his house. And first of all, they must go here to see how they are and to get them used to other cats and dogs especially. After 2 or 3 days, they settled, and then they can be. We can open the cage. When they are adopted, you show them a litter box, and no problem, they use it right away. Because most of them were kittens when they came here.
Are most of the animals here up for adoption? Or available to be adopted?
Even though I don't post, but many people know me in the city, and when they want a cat or sometimes a puppy, they contact me. I have quite a stringent condition for their adoption, particularly by foreigners, because expats we look very well after their animal, but I want to be sure that they have the financial means to feed them, to treat them, and more importantly, expats are not forever here.
Right.
So I want to be sure that they will take measures to either take the cat back home with them or find a new home.
Yeah.
So I have a number of adopted cats who are now living abroad, America, England, France, Italy, and even Japan.
Wow, that's so great! Yay!
And of course, a number living here in Siem Reap. So when it's raining and so on, they have the whole veranda. Look!
Oh
so
my
funny.
goodness!
Yes. That's a piece of art.
What are we gonna see if we peek in the window? I see an angel sleeping.
Food, which is chicken and vegetables that they get every day, and that's why you see them so healthy. And
yes.
Rice that I provide also 2 big bags of 50-kilo rice.
Gorgeous
every
meals.
month. And now, are you ready to be cooked?
Are you ready to go in the boiling pan?
Yes.
As you can see, these cats are very well fed. Getting all of the delicious brewed vegetables and broth and meats and the beautiful rice. I'm curious what your earliest life experiences with animals.
It was during my time in Japan. First I had brought my own cat from Paris to Japan, and when she died of old age, I was working very hard, and one evening I heard a kitten crying in the street. It was dark. After looking around, I found the kitten, and it had a very infected house. I had no experience at the time, and there were cars running non-stop. It was the middle of winter, it was very cold. I couldn't stop and ignore the kitten, so I took the kitten with me. Next day I took my day off from my work to bring the kitten to the vet. Finally I posted in a newspaper, at the time we had no internet, a request for adoption, and the kitten has been adopted by a lovely Australian couple who then went to live in Korea. So voilà, that was my very first rescue in Japan.
So you arrived in Cambodia in 2010, and then from what I understand is shortly after your arrival in Siem Reap, you met Australian veterinarian Katie Russell.
Yes.
So I'm wondering how you two worked together and how did that pivot your path here
In
in
fact,
Siem Reap?
she had posted in the expat forum, which was just starting, that she was looking for help to help animals here. There was nobody. So she wanted to set up a kind of NGO for animals. I met her and we started collaborating together for 1 year. And the organization was named APA. And she was in charge of it. I was just helping and fostering cats and puppies at my home at the time. And I got a liking to helping animals. When she decided to leave, she wanted to sell all her vet clinic stuff. And I told her, okay, no need to post, I buy everything. And wondering what am I going to do afterwards, I have no idea. But okay, at least I had everything to treat animals and to do some surgeries.
So I read that this initiative was first started at a different Wat. Could you tell us what happened at that first pagoda?
So when Katie left, I decided, since there was nobody looking after animals anymore, I remember when I was a tourist that I had to visit some pagodas and there was always cats and kittens, sometimes in very poor condition with the monks. So I thought, okay, I will go to Wat Advia, which is one of the pagoda that I had visited, and asking permission to the head monk, and I started feeding them and making requests to vet organization abroad, telling them that I had cats, and when they were visiting the temples of Angkor, to just give a morning of that time to come to my home where I had all the vet instruments and stuff needed for surgeries, and asking them to give 1 morning of that time to come and sterilize my pagoda cats. And it worked very, very well. Every year at the Khmer New Year, which is the most important religious and festivities time in Cambodia and Southeast Asia, all people flock to pagodas. And a few days before the start of the Khmer New Year, an excellency came to see the monks, and there had been suddenly many kittens dumped at that pagoda. And I was really worrying, I must say, about the 30. That was quite frightening. And I was really wondering, how are we going to cope? And I go there next day, not a single puppy.
Oh my God.
Kitten around the what happened? The people were already starting, the monks were busy, I couldn't check with them. So I asked my friend to go there during lunchtime and interview the monks and the people living there and ask what happened. And what happened is that the excellency who had visited the monks stepped on a kitten's poo in the pagoda. And he got very angry and he ordered the monks, get rid of all these kittens, there's not a place for them. And that's what happened, not by the monks, but certainly by the men living there, taking a big bag of garbage, plastic bags, putting all the kittens here and taking them away.
Oh my
goodness. Thrown in the river, left, thrown away. Anyway, and I didn't. So when my friend told me that, I had such a shock. And so I posted immediately on the expat forum to inform people who were already supporting me that I couldn't go. What happened is I couldn't go to the pagoda, and some of them the next day went there and found a few kittens who had escaped, who took them and brought them to my home. So I had at my home in a terrible stress. I had 11 cats, including several kittens. During what shall I do? And exceptionally, something that I never do, explaining situation, asking the expat, can you adopt? There's a cats and kittens, and miracle, all of them have been adopted.
Oh my goodness.
My God! After that, all the stress falling down, I had to leave for a while by the sea and singing it all over, because I didn't want to stop Siem Reap pagoda cats. And I was thinking while resting, and I remember this pagoda where my Khmer family had brought me, because they have their family stupa, and at the Shunben time they brought me here to pray at the stupa. And okay, that was a nice, special, and certainly a cat here and there. And I decided to visit that pagoda, and there were some cats living there with the monks, and that's where I started again.
So needless to say, the monk has been a very integral part of this project.
Oh yes,
if not the most important.
Oh yes,
best
without
part.
him, I'm not sure I would have continued.
And then, so I know that you mentioned the horrific scenario at the first pagoda,
Yeah.
and obviously that's an extremely hard part of the history of this project.
Yes.
Currently, though, moving beyond that pain that you felt, and still internalizing that and understanding it, what is the hardest part about maintaining this project right now?
I was organizing a fundraiser here every year, and it was a success every year. And then COVID came, the tourism stopped completely here, and hotels closed, restaurants closed, park, everything was closed. It was Siem Reap was a ghost city, and so I couldn't organize anything. So for 3 years, absolutely no funds. I'm retired. I worked for 21 years in Japan and 14 years in France, and so I'm getting a pension. I don't have much financial problem, and I spend nothing on me. All the money goes to them, to you.
Oh my gosh, you're an angel. Okay. My final question is, what is the current cat and the current dog population here?
I would say now 40.
Okay.
40 cats and 18 dogs, not counting the puppies.
And do you have a preference for dogs or cats?
I am a cat lady. Yeah.
Me too.
I am a cat lady.
So just for the audience, you can all see how much these animals so love Josette. She is such an angel and such a huge part of the community here in Siem Reap and Cambodia at large. Thank you so much, Josette, for your time.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, really
Thank you.
appreciate it. Thank you so much for sharing with the audience.
Voilà.
Here we are sitting with the kind and the beautiful monk of the pagoda. I'm wondering how long that you've been working on this project.
More than 6 years, about around 6 years and a half. I wanted to do this a long time ago, since I stepped on the pagoda, but I had no chance and I had no knowledge. Before we don't have weights, and normally the weights are for like they treat only for the cows or the buffalo or the pigs only, not for the cats and dogs, and it's difficult to find a way to treat the dogs and cats. That's why I don't know how to do it until one day I have chance to meet Madame Josette, and that time I was another province. 2 months later I came back. I decided to back to my homeland. This is my homeland, so in Siem Reap. Was feeding the cats over there, and that time I received the newborn with kittens, and I asked her to help and for advice how to look after the kittens. And more step by step we started to work together. I cannot stand it to see them. Nobody cares about them, and before we don't have a lot of animals because nobody look after them properly. The pagoda around the Siem Reap, there's a lot of animals, and with a nice condition before very bad condition that sick, diarrhea, skinny, and with a lot of problems. Also no sterilizing.
Got it. Yeah, so the conditions have improved a lot over the past few years.
Because the more and more Khmer people started to know how to love the animal, to care the animal. It's very funny to see people bring the cats and dogs to the West because they never seen before, and something people say that they're like crazy and they laugh, and it's funny because they never experienced before, but now it's okay to get used to it.
Nyak ayu bonman.
Oh, yeah. Now I'm 32.
32? Nice. So you're very young.
And yesterday it was my birthday.
What? Oh my gosh, you turned 32 yesterday.
Yeah.
Congratulations, happy birthday. Well, thank you so much for your service and for helping save all of these animals' lives. Along with Josette. It's a really big act of kindness. So really, really appreciate it, and you know, the world appreciates it. So, and I know that these animals do.
That's Siem Reap Pagoda Cats team. We hope to continue for a long time. So please support us, because it's a marvelous deed. And you can visit also by making an appointment with me. So send me a message and I will give you all the details. And you too, please come and enjoy your time with my wonderful monk in a pagoda environment, which is quite exceptional.
With a friendly, with a lovely animals, the dogs, the cats.
Voilà, as you can see.
And now that the busy season's kicking in,
yes,
you might have more visitors than you can handle.
Voilà, very much.
Make an appointment first.
I never ask my visitors for money, never. But I always ask to bring a can or two of cat pâté. So sometimes people bring only one or two cans. Sometimes that's full of goodies for everybody. Please come, it will make both of us very, very happy. As well as the animals. Gentil les chiens, gentil les chiens, gentil.
All right, I think that's a wrap. Thank you so much.